Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Today is Monday, October 21st. We are streaming live on City Madison YouTube channel and also archiving it there for later viewing. We have a roll call, please, Clerk.
Sure. Carl Eaglin.
Here.
Bob Courtney.
Here.
Dave Carlo.
Here.
Okay. Board, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes from October the 7th? If so, we'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. No adjustments. We'll move on to new business. Brian?
Claims.
Oh, sorry. Claims. Skipped over claims and payroll. Excuse me. Thank you.
Mayor, had an opportunity to review the claims. We have two sets of claims submitted. The first one is the general claims totaling $2,154,245.88. And the payroll claims of $250,857.45. And I'll make a motion that both claims be approved as submitted.
I'll second David's motion.
Any discussion, comments, or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right, now we can move on to new business. Brian? Good morning.
Morning. Okay, we've got three SRF disbursement requests, L4, L5, and L6. If you'd like, I'd go through all three of those, and then we can approve them all at once. The first one is SRF requests L4 from the SIRPC for the labor standard services providing during the project, and the amount of that disbursement is $8,250. The second one is request number L5 for Commonwealth Engineers for the American Iron Steel compliance fees. The amount of that disbursement, L5, will be $241. The third one is for Dave O'Meara Contracting. Request L6 is for the Water Treatment Plants Division A. They have retainage amount going to retainage of $10,549, and they have the amount of their disbursement for L6 will be $200,436.
Anything else to add on these disbursements, Brian?
Nope.
I'll move we approve the SRF disbursements requests L4, L5, and L6 as presented.
I'll second your motion.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks. Thanks, Brian.
And the second item I
Yep.
have is the change order number 4 for Division A for Dave O'Meara Contracting. I won't go through it. It's kind of a long change order, but it's basically the West End, there's 4 items on it. The West End Booster Station, number 3, transformer and circuit panel, and then the West End Soft Starts grounding, and then the West End Wellfield pipe grounding. There's more details in your all's notes.
There was no previous grounding there before.
No, that's what it, yeah, that's what they found out, and that's not legal. Yeah.
The boring of the rods and all that, pretty expensive.
It's a good thing we do a major water project every 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
Find out what we don't know.
And then item 4, where is we reconfigured the angled control valves, and since we didn't do the installation of the angled check valves, because of the reconfiguration, we got a credit of $12,000 on that. The total cost increase to this project, Division A, would be $12,488.99.
Brian, where are we at relative to percent of completion on this division?
I brought Riley Duffy with me here, and so he can
Riley.
come on up and speak to how we're progressing. And
Well, let's go ahead and take care of this particular
Okay, yes,
change
let's
order,
get
and then
that
Riley will
approved.
give us an update. And I also want to thank you and O'Meara for cleaning up that area down there, because there was a lot of construction-related, materials and stuff sitting around. I think you were able to seed it and everything. That area looks much better.
okay,
I'll move that we approve change order number 4 in the amount of $12,488.99 for Division A.
Second the mayor's motion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Raleigh, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. General update, Division A is approximately 98% complete
Okay.
at this point. All the remaining work is at the west end with the addition of punch list items, which is primarily going to be surface restoration at each of the sites, which will be relatively minor. All they have remaining to do is essentially do startup for a lot of the equipment that has been installed, which includes having manufacturers and vendors come out, make sure everything's running as intended and as designed. And after that, we are essentially complete for Division A. I would say a rough time of about 1 to 2 months for startup and just completion of those last remaining items.
Good. And so from your perspective, Riley, it seems like this particular division's gone pretty well.
It's gone well.
Yeah.
On the public side, it seems like it's going very nicely. On our side, it can be difficult at points, but no.
This has a lot less, impact to the citizens, the residents across the community, because you're not doing a lot of surface work, below surface work.
And again, any sort of items that come up for Division C, we're still within that warranty period, so if there's any issues, you can just send a notice to us, we'll generate that warranty notice
Okay.
and make sure Brackney takes care of it.
Great.
We've had a few, we've had 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and it's just minor things.
Okay.
Division B, they are wrapping up the ground storage tank. They should be close to being done with the welding work on that roof, and then they'll start their interior coatings. After that, all they have remaining is the hilltop tank, which would just be a vent and a ladder on the interior for access.
Okay. Do we have any of the tanks that are placed out of service right now?
Should be
Is
just
it
The East Million Gallon.
that one? Okay. Any questions for Riley? Thank you for the update today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Joe, we'll turn to a couple of resolutions.
First one is resolution from Madison.
Anybody here representing Madhop? Oh. Councilman Bartlett, how are you, sir?
Very good.
Thank you for being here today.
This is resolution number 2024-51B, a resolution of the Board of Public Works and Safety regarding the closing of the portion of Mulberry Street for the Mad Hop Music Festival. Whereas there's been a request filed by Tony Novello on behalf of Mad Hop Music Festival Committee for a street closing in conjunction with the Mad Hop Music Festival to be held on Friday, November 1st, 2024 through Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, that Mulberry Street from Main Street to North 3rd Street shall be closed from 6 p.m. On Friday, November 1st through 10 p.m. on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Be it further resolved by the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, that said street as closed shall be under supervision and control of the Mad Hop Music Festival at the times noted above for the year 2024.
And Tony is on a business trip in Tennessee, so I'm representing him this morning. This is largely a safety issue. The parking lot north of Main on Mulberry will be the largest venue of the Mad Hop Festival. They're expecting something north of 1,000 participants in terms of audience for that festival, and you'll have folks moving back and forth between all of the sites, but your next 2 largest sites are on the other side of Mulberry, those being Red Bicycle and the Ohio Theater. So you've got a significant number of participants crossing Mulberry. In addition to that, you'll also have food trucks on Mulberry vending and selling food during the event. And so it really is a safety matter for the participants of the festival.
Well, it's a music festival that continues to grow.
It does.
It's
it does.
a very unique one here in Madison, so hopefully it'll be a success.
As I say, they're expecting something north of 1,000 participants. That's going to represent a 20% increase over last year. So we see that as a positive sign.
And the footprint closure is, I think, something we've done similarly in the past. I'll move that we approve Resolution 2024-51B.
I'll second the mayor's motion.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Open for discussion.
Please.
I second.
We have a second? Okay, open for discussion. Comments or questions?
I'm just curious, you said north of the intersection, so does that mean Third Street's going to be closed?
The resolution here says that it is between Main Street and Third Street.
Right, but
Third
it
Street's
said
not
the north
closed.
side of Third, which would mean Third
Main Street
would be-
north to Third Street.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
thought we.
No,
if we
Third
don't-
Street will remain open.
If Third Street's not open, we're going to have problems, so.
Third Street
Okay.
will be open.
Thank
It's
you.
just
You're welcome.
Mulberry.
Yeah, that's, okay, thank you. It's going to be
You're-
great, but we just want to make sure we can use Third Street. So, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Jim, thank you, bud.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2024-52B, a resolution of the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, regarding a street closing for Hope Valley's Church Trunk or Treat event. Whereas there has been a request filed by Patty Mahoney on behalf of Hope Valley Church for a street closing in connection with the church's Trunk or Treat event for children to be held on Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, that Poplar Street between Main Street and the alley located north of the church shall be closed from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Be it further resolved by the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, that said street as closed shall be under supervision and control of the Hope Valley Church as noted for the times in the year 2024.
Anyone here from Hope Valley? Oh.
Thank you for having me. We did talk to Greaves, and they were okay with moving the trucks. And
That was going to be a number one question.
Yep.
Did you all do this last year?
no, we didn't. We were actually on the corner of Broadway, and so we thought about moving it closer to church.
Okay.
So to kind of block that off.
Okay. Any questions?
Well, this would just be kind of pedestrian,
Yeah,
kids,
yeah,
traffic
Yep.
walking through
Mhm.
there.
Yep,
So,
yep. Yeah, and we'll have like little pop-up things set up for them to get candy, and then we'll be out there by 9.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so it'd be free of cars and no
Yeah.
golf carts or
Yeah.
trucks or anything of that nature?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to be the number one costume this year for the trunk or treat?
Beats me. Couldn't tell you.
You got kids?
No, I just got a 6-month-old.
Oh,
he'll-
so okay. All right,
he'll-
sorry.
he'll be a
Thought-
pumpkin.
Thought he was a little older.
Pumpkin.
Thought he was a little older. Pumpkin's good.
Pumpkin's good. Oh, my God.
Could be a Beanie Baby. My granddaughter was a Beanie Baby last year.
Yeah.
It was perfect. All right, any other important questions?
I make a motion we approve resolution 2024-52B.
I'll second that.
I would just request that you notify the neighbors
Yes.
of the event, so they're aware of what's going on, so.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Good luck.
Nicole? We have a present, an excavation update and,
No excavation update, that was supposed to be removed from the agenda.
oh, okay. Let's move with the pace then.
Yes, and I actually have 2 extensions, not one. There was one left off the agenda, so I apologize for that. It's all good. So the first extension is for Bill Barnes at 108 East 3rd Street for an additional 30 days. He ran into some contractor issues where he had to switch contractors, which delayed his tuck pointing project, but he should be done within that time period, so that his extension will go till November 16th, 2024. It's on his carriage house behind his primary residence. And then the second extension is for 707 Walnut Street for just one additional month. They're hoping not to have to use any additional time, but they're finishing the painting on this property. And so they're asking for an extension to November 17th.
Is that the only two?
Yes,
All right, good deal.
for extensions
For
anyway.
extensions, so I'll move that we approve both extensions for 108 East Third and 707 Walnut.
I'll second the mayor's motion.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Okay, and then one final for you. This is 824 West 3rd Street, a rehabilitation grant that included doors, windows, and painting on both the primary home and the carriage house. You can see the afters there. They did a great job on restoring the windows, all the trim and painting, as well as redoing the carriage doors, and so they're asking for the full disbursement of $7,500.
That must be, is that west of Craigmont?
Yes. Yep,
Wow.
basically at the very end of Wall.
Yeah, that whole block west of Craigmont's really transforming too.
Yes.
This is great. I'll move that we approve the final installment for 824 West 3rd.
I'll second your motion.
Any discussion, comments, or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. No unfinished business on mayor's comments today, not a whole lot, other than, before I get into that, sorry, Chris Hale was going to give us an update from Streets, Solid Waste, and Facilities. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, guys. So just a quick update on what we talked about at the last meeting. So the trash can rollout is all but complete, all just short of 5,000 trash cans. This will be the last week for trading out trash cans. Some people are wanting a different size, or their delivery wasn't exactly what they ordered, so we're working on that. And then this will also be the last week for picking up the old trash cans. So that's gone very well. We are still getting, we had about maybe 15 this morning to finish out for the week, or whoever trickles in, and then we'll be wrapped up on the trash can rollout.
Well, it sounds like, given the size of the logistics, that there's been, very few issues with regard to the container rollout piece of it.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at less than 1% of the deliveries basically had an issue or needed some kind of trade. A lot of those, basically, if you didn't pick a size, you automatically got a 65-gallon. So some people are realizing that after the fact and wanting to trade. We're accommodating that as much as we can, but there does need to be a stopping point. So this week will be the end of that. And then we have picked up quite a few of the old trash cans that people didn't want and have disposed of those. So we'll be doing that through this week.
So this is the last week for swapping out your container because of the size,
Correct.
or disposing of your old container if you're not going to repurpose it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we're asking people to repurpose them if possible, but if they're worn out or you just don't want it anymore, we'll get rid of it for you.
How has the collection process gone with the new containers?
So the collection process has gone very well. We are still working through the routes, and some of the issues that we're looking at are the alleys and storage of the containers and being able to get them out to the tipper. But we've overcome most of those. There's not been anything we haven't been able to work with a resident on to find a solution to. So overall, it seems to be going very well. The look of them is much nicer for the city too. So I think it's achieving what it was set out to.
Yes, thanks for bringing that up, because it is a safety issue, an efficiency issue, but it's also a beautification matter. And not having bags of trash around, or trash that might be broken open or hit by a car or whatever has been a big improvement.
Yes.
And I would like to continue to reiterate, we won't be picking up loose bags of trash in the future. They have to be in the standardized container, fitting inside the container, not on top of the container. I don't know if you're having many problems with, that.
We are still getting that some, so we are tagging those issues as they come up. If you get an orange sticker and you're unsure of why, please feel free to reach out to us and we can work with you. We are letting people know when we see that, right? And then the other question that we've been getting asked recently is, can I use my new can for recycling? And the answer to that is no. We don't want to cause confusion with what's a recycling can and what's not. So we ask that you not use your new city can for recycling. We're
Right.
happy to provide you stickers for whichever container you'd like to use for your recycling.
Right, yeah, the new container just for the solid waste part of it.
Correct.
And let's reiterate again, please do not paint your container.
Yes.
Each container comes with a serial number that is identified and matched to the resident address, those who have the service. So please do not trash up your trash cans. Again, this is a beautification effort as well, and we've had some examples where containers have been painted and it looks horrible. So please refrain from doing that. Anything else?
No, just we're starting leaf pickup this week with one vac, so we'll be doing that for a couple weeks and then moving to two vac. If anybody has a specific pile they want to call about, please feel free and we'll get them on the list. We'll be starting downtown and working also to make sure that we're working areas that are near storm drains, common areas. So we ask people to please be aware that you try not to put your leaves upstream, especially of a storm drain, and create an issue when it rains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I drive around with a rake in my car, as you do as well, and it's easy to clog a storm drain in the rain.
Yeah, it does not take near as many leaves or bits of debris as you might think to clog a storm drain.
And then also, we want to thank Tony Sorrells for his decade of service to the city of Madison. You want to give a little more information on that?
Tony's last day was on Friday. He had over a decade of service here and with the city. We had a nice little going away get together for him with the guys, and he is off enjoying his time off right now.
Good, well deserved too.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I have one question.
Sure.
West Street, of course, the bridge reopened.
Yes.
There's still a sign that says bump. Do you know when we're going to fix that?
Yes, so the paving should be complete in the next couple of weeks, pending weather. Once they do the finished paving on each side, the bump signs will go away. But since that was the only thing left, we wanted to go ahead and get it open to traffic. It'll close for approximately 1 to 2 days when they do get back to do the mill and pave.
Very good.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
Any other questions for Chris? Chris, thank you. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I wanted to make sure we mentioned and thank Tony Sorrells for his work with the city. And then not a whole lot to add here other than a lot of events happening in the fall, a lot of traffic in the community. Be safe out there.
Festival this week.
We have a huge weekend coming up. City of Madison has its Harvest Festival on the riverfront Saturday. The Ohio Theater has the Horror at the Ohio. We're doing a fundraiser at Mad Paddle for Shop with a Hero with live music, and there'll be live music and costume contests all across the city celebrating the Halloween weekend. So it'll be a lot of fun. And then, before we meet again, we will have the Mad Hop Festival that Councilman Bartlett was here talking about. That'll be on November the 2nd, which is a Saturday. Pretty unique event. So, and I believe the Sanderson Sisters, which is a kind of a themed shopping day sponsored by the Main Street businesses, is also Saturday. So you will see a very vibrant Main Street and lively community this weekend. Move on to public comments. Anybody here like to address the Board of Public Works and Safety, please come to the podium. Identify yourself, your name and address, please, and your remarks.
Robert Lofton,
Mr.
I
Lofton.
live at 313 Hendrick Street.
I'm here and pertaining to the 307 Hendrick Street that we discussed at the last Board of Works. I was wondering if anybody had found out if the taxes had been paid or whatever. I had asked Dewey about mowing the yard. He said that he had already put in a work order for it. Well,
Okay.
it's 2 weeks later and it still hadn't been mowed. That makes it a month and a half since it's been mowed.
I don't have an update on that, but our Director of Planning Preservation is here. I don't know if either Dewey or Brian are here, but they could give remarks to that. Out on an item. I know 2 weeks ago we said we'd have some follow-up with you, and they have not followed up at all? Not at all? Okay. Apologize for that. We'll make sure that they do that after we leave this meeting.
You need my phone number?
Yep, if you don't mind.
812-599-5977.
Mr. Lawman, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Hi, Lisa Ferguson, 718 East Second. We have like a standing thing with a group of friends of ours where we move from, like I'll send them things that say, I get to live here, it's like a joke. So a couple weeks ago, I came in and said to Gina, like, I've got, tree limbs across our roof and State Farm wants them removed, and 2 days later, they came and did it. I'm like, I love this place. And then today, they came by, like Chris said, and they're doing leaf pickup, and I'm like, I text my friends, I'm like, I get to live here. Because they didn't do any of that stuff in Boone County where we moved from, so I appreciate that. On another note, Charlie and I would just like to keep bringing it to your attention that it's our thoughts that something needs to be done down on Vaughn Drive with traffic. We all know, we love how the festivals swell up around here and all the tourists, but Carl and I are big walkers. We understand day to day what it's like to walk around here, and you talk often, and we agree you can't change behaviors of drivers and homeowners, but the things that we can do to make it safer for us that live here day to day would be great. And I talked about this when the pool was open last year. It's, to get from that new parking lot, which we love, over to the pool, I just feel like if there's a crosswalk, people who do like to obey rules would cross over to the riverside and then cross back over, because when they're parked there in front of Kiwanis Park, you can't see. When you're coming down Broadway to make that left-hand turn at the stop sign and the cars are parked there, you have no idea if another car is coming that way. It's just a dangerous area. So I know, we talked about it before. Can we paint crosswalks? Can we put, stop signs in? Can we do something to kind of help? It's just busy. It's going to be really busy this weekend, with a lot of kids. We all know what kids do. You can say all you want to, hold my hand, you're not going to dart out in traffic, but they do it. So just another way, if we could come up with something to slow the roll down there, because, we know about the traffic on Main Street. The traffic on Vaughn is a speedway. Like, the weekends are crazy now. I love the Reverie roads, love having all of them here, but it's just increased this summer, a lot of traffic. So I just want to keep that Vaughn Drive in our thoughts. What can we do? I don't know the answers. Charlie says you shouldn't have a proposal if you don't have an answer. I don't know. I feel like that's your
Well,
own
we have
thing.
talked about it, and you're right, Lisa. That's an area with a lot of pedestrian traffic. We have ordered a traffic study for a couple of the intersections there. We have a plan. We just haven't, again, our focus right now is on the Main Street master plan. That takes an enormous amount of resources to get done. But we do have a plan for Vaughn Drive, and it's about executing. It is going to be a combination of stop signs and crosswalks.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So
Just keeping it in the forefront,
Yep.
because to us, it's like, what are we doing? And then, we don't come for a little bit, so just glad. I know, Mindy said, speed bumps are expensive. We understand that. But we have speed bumps in all the alleys in town, and now we're a golf cart community, so it's like, why do we have those? We have speed bumps on First Street, which nobody drives on, like, literally, I think that was probably before the bridge approach changed, but I just feel like, just want to keep saying, let's just do something about it, even if it's a temporary thing, or, we try it and it doesn't work, and we go back to whatever, so appreciate y'all just keeping that in your mind too, while we
Absolutely.
keep walking.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else here would like to address the Board of Public Works and Safety? Chief, any update from you, sir? Okay. Our next meeting will be Monday, November the 4th. Get out and vote or vote on Election Day. I have a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
I don't know why Tammy put stuff in my binder. Isn't she staples it? It's like, it
I got a question.
seems like it's a little